Okay, and welcome to chapter 1. So, very excited about that. All right, so chapter 1 talks about the foundations, which is basically what are the skills that you're going to need to do well in this course. Okay, so we're going to talk about operations that involve whole numbers, integers, fractions, and decimals, so that we make sure that your base is super solid. So when you start learning algebra, you're not stuck with the foundational things. Okay, so here we go. So first of all, using place values with whole numbers. And again, if this is review for you, you can forward this. You can try the homework. Of course, it's not mandatory that you listen, but okay, so the most basic numbers that we use are the counting numbers, right? Where we begin with 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course, it originated from, we count with our hands and then we continued. Counting numbers are also called natural numbers. If we add 0, then the set is called now whole numbers. Okay, so counting numbers begin with 1 and go on. And, 1, so it would be like 1, 2, 3, and so on. And, so it starts with 1. And then these 3 things here are called ellipses. I just want to make sure that you understand. The ellipses means and so on. So whenever you see that, I just don't want to write, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then all the way to whatever. So that's what. So I use that a lot. It's used a lot in math. Okay. And then whole numbers is just the counting numbers, but including 0. Okay. So now if we look at a number line, of course, the numbers, as you go from left to right, they get larger. Just how we read from left to right, it's more natural. And if you go from right to left, they get smaller. So let's say you would go 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, so the number line here has 2 arrows on the sides, and that just means because it goes on and on towards infinity on the right and then negative infinity on the left. Okay. So the number system, but you may have heard this before, and I'm sure you have, where the value of a digit depends on where its position is in the number. So this is a place value chart. Okay, so we have groups of 3, which are called periods. So we have here the ones period. So that would be ones consists of ones, tens, and hundreds. And then you have the thousands, which is thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, and then on to the millions, 10 millions, 100 millions, then billions, 10 billions, 100 billions, and trillions, 10 trillions, 100 trillions, and it goes on. Of course, the numbers go on and they continue, but that's usually, as large as we get in our calculations. Well, until you introduce scientific notation, but that's another thing. And so right now, let's just start here, okay? So let's say here the number 5,278,194 is shown here. So if I wrote it here, see how the 5 is in the millions place, 2 is in the hundreds, thousands, 7 is in the 10,000s, right? And then you have 8 here in the thousands, 1 in the hundreds, 9 in the tens place, and 4 in the ones place. And these are separated by commas, right? So every 3, you put a comma, 1, 2, 3, and then a comma, okay? So that's an example here. Let's do another one. So let's see here, this number, 63,407,218. Let's find the place value of 7, 0, 1, 6, and 3, okay? So let's use a little chart for now. Okay, so here we have the number 63,407,218. The 7 would be in the thousands place, right? And the 0 is in the 10,000s place. The 1 is in the tens place. The 6 is in the 10 millions place. And then the 3 is in the millions place, okay? So super fun. Now you try. Okay, so what you can do here is, just push pause on your video, and then you can go ahead and try this on your own and make sure see if you do this correctly here. Okay, so for the number, we're gonna write the number 27,493,615, and then we're going to find the place value of the 2, the 1, the 4, the 7, and then the 5. Okay, so I'll wait 10 seconds because you're going to pause and try this. And then I'll go into it, okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and write this number out. This is going to be 27,493,615. Okay, so if we use a chart like this, you can it's very easy to see. Okay, this is a 1, by the way. Okay, so the 2 is in the 10 millions place. See, so 10 millions. So if you wrote that, you were correct. So this is 10 millions. And then the 1 is in the tens place. So this one's tens place. The 4 is in the hundred thousands. So hundred thousands place. The 7 is in the millions place, right there. So millions would be your answer for D. 5 is in the ones place. So that's not too bad, okay? Okie dokie, so that's that. Let's continue. Here we have, so how do we say a whole number in words? So for given a number, we start at the left and then we name the number in each period followed by the period name. So step 2, we put commas in the numbers to separate the periods. And then step 3, we do not name the ones period. So see here, we have 74, they're in the millions category, right? 218,369, but we don't say the 1, okay? So that's how we would do that. So let's try